The Review Warrior.
Hello everyone, the Review Warrior here. I hope you all had a good Christmas, hope you enjoyed your food, hope you enjoyed your presents and all that stuff. But now I think it's that time again where I talk about my best and worst films of 2025. This video is going to be my best, the next video is going to be my worst. I think you all know how excited I've been to do this video. I've been going on about it in my Kill Bill video, I've been going on about it in my Avatar Fire and Ash review. But anyway, this is going to be my top 10 best films of 2025. And we're going to start with
Number 10.
So at number 10, we have a film that I watched a couple of weeks ago. I watched it with my mum. This was our first cinema trip after 2 years. So of course I had to include Wicked for Good. Wicked for Good was definitely the Wicked finale. I think everyone expected anyway. It should have been a little bit longer, but apart from that, I do love Wicked for Good. I loved Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo together in this film. It was emotional, the songs were amazing, and yeah, that's pretty much why this one was number 10 of my top 10 best films of 2025. So anyway, number 10, Wicked for Good.
Number 9.
So number 9 is a creepy one. This was one of the horror films that I really loved in 2025, and that's got to be Weapons. Weapons was just creepy, it was intense, it was funny in some scenes. Zach Cregger definitely did one fantastic job directing Weapons. Everyone was amazing in the film. It was intense when it wanted to be, it was scary when it wanted to be, it was funny when it wanted to be. And during the film, it leaves you thinking, where the hell did all these kids go at 2:17 a.m. in the morning? Like, what is going on? I would definitely watch it again. I've got it on DVD, so it might be in my Halloween binge list every year from now on.
Number 8.
Okay, so number 8. This one is kind of a recency bias. It happens every year. I watched this last week. I went to see it at Odeon and iSense. So number 8 has got to be Avatar Fire and Ash. This film was, honestly, it was mesmerising. It was epic. It was incredible. It was amazing to look at all the effects they made it for this film. I cannot remember the last time I was truly mesmerised by a film in 2025. Mind you, we still got a couple more entries left, ladies and gentlemen. But the effects were amazing, the direction was amazing by James Cameron. Everything was so good in Avatar Fire and Ash, and that is why Avatar Fire and Ash is my number 8 of 2025.
Number 7.
So, number 7. Oscar contender, yes. Will it win any? Hopefully. Hopefully it should win one for Leonardo DiCaprio, maybe Sean Penn as well. Maybe Best Director for Paul Thomas Anderson. My number 7 best film is One Battle After Another. I did not know what to expect from One Battle After Another. Like I said in my review, I've never seen any Paul Thomas Anderson films. This was my first one I've ever watched of his. And I do love the fact that this was my first exposure to Paul Thomas Anderson. He can direct one intense, incredible, investing, immersive film. And that's why One Battle After Another, number 7.
Number 6.
Number 6. We haven't had an MCU film on the list. Let's change that. Fantastic Four First Steps. This is the Fantastic Four film we needed. So much cool action scenes in the film. You feel like they're actually a family in this film. I love the aesthetic, you know, kind of the 60s aesthetic that they make up in the film. The action scenes, again, a lot of good action scenes in 2025, and this one was no different. There's a scene involving a black hole and Sue Storm with her baby. I was on the edge of my seat, and it all leads up to a really cool end credit scene that's gonna lead into Avengers Doomsday. Won't tell you what, mind you, everyone's pretty much watched it by now anyway. But either way, the MCU is definitely back again. Last year we had Deadpool and Wolverine, and this year we have Fantastic Four First Steps. Nice one, Marvel. Okay, so coming up to my top 5 of 2025. This year it definitely was hard to choose my top 5 because there were so many good films in this list. So many good films for different reasons. Some good. I don't think we've had any animated films yet, have we? No, we haven't. And this is going to be the only one on this list. So anyway, number 5.
Number 5.
So number 5, we've all heard the songs. We've all heard the amazing songs on the radio. Golden is a big hit at the moment. I've got How It's Done on my Spotify. So number 5, K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm not sure if this is going to be on anyone else's list, but I really loved K-pop Demon Hunters so much. I watched it on Netflix, and I also watched it at the cinema when they had the sing-along. I think the only song I sang along to was How It's Done. I didn't sing it out loud, but I know for a fact that when I went to see it, I think a lot of people were singing, Soda Pop, Golden, Takedown. This film is just filled with so many amazing songs. It's inspiring in some scenes, to not hide your true self. And yeah, it made for quite an emotional experience as well in the finale of the film. And let's be honest, Zoe's the funniest character.
Number 4.
Number 4. Okay, I was meant to review this one, but this was when I lost my urge. I lose my urge every year. Last year I said I lost my urge when I put Twisters in my top 10 best films of 2024. So for my number 4 best film of 2025, I regret not reviewing F1, because F1, what an immersive experience. You felt like you were actually in the driver's seat with Brad Pitt, with JP, I can't remember, Damson Idris. You felt like you were in the car with him. The racing scenes were intense. They felt realistic. I know I'm going to use intense in this bloody list, but with F1, honestly, it felt Joseph Kosinski. He made Top Gun Maverick, and he once again does a fantastic job with F1. Yeah, you could just go and watch F1. You'll see what it's like. The top 3. This is where it gets down to the nitty gritty now, folks. My top 3, like I said before, was hard to do. I kept juggling where I was going to have these films. Number 3 was going to be number 2. Number 2 was going to be number 3. And number 1 was always going to be number 1, I'm going to be honest with you. But anyway, enough jibber jabber. What's number 3?
Number 3.
Number 3, I really hope this one gets nominated for a couple of Oscars. For Michael B. Jordan, for Haley Steinfeld, for the music, for Miles Caton. Anyway, enough name dropping all the actors that should get an Oscar. Number 3 is Sinners. There's a song in Sinners called I Lied to You. And honestly, I was just clicking to the music, to the beat, the bound bed. The music in this film is amazing. When it gets to the horror aspect of the film, Ryan Coogler nails that. The acting is amazing. Direction by Ryan Coogler, fantastic. And that's why it's number 3.
Number 2.
Okay, number 2. Now we're getting down to it, folks. Number 2 is a film that made me cry. It made me laugh. It made me sympathise with John Candy in the best possible way. So with that being said, John Candy, I Like Me is number 2. I never thought that I'd have a documentary in my top 10 best films of 2025. But I watched John Candy, I Like Me. You feel sorry for him. You see all the trials and tribulations that he went through. Bless him, he got worried after his dad died. And you really sympathise with the guy. He was a national treasure. He was loved by all. And when he died in 1994, I think his death hit everyone like a ton of bricks. I wasn't alive back in 1994, but I still sympathise with everyone. Everyone who loved him. Like when Bill Murray was being interviewed, he didn't have a bad thing to say about John Candy, and I love that. So, yeah, number 2, John Candy, I Like Me. Go and watch it.
Number 1.
And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is my number 1 best film of 2025. So a bit of a story for you all. This film was technically released in the UK in 2024, but I didn't watch it until 2025. Like I said, well, a couple of years ago as well, I had 1917 as my number one best film of 2020. Once again, came out in the UK in 2020. But either way, my number one best film is Better Man. Yeah, I'm sticking to this. Better Man is my best film of 2025. The music was amazing. It definitely encapsulates Robbie Williams' career from high to low. I laughed, I cried, I danced to Rock DJ, I loved all the songs, I cried when he sang My Way at the end. And Michael Gracie had one hell of a hit with Better Man. And honestly, this was the only film at Odeon that I'd ever watched twice. And I'm so glad it was Better Man because, like I said, this film was emotional, it was damn sensational. And like I said in my review, the best musical number has to be Rock DJ when they're on Regent Street. And yeah, Better Man is my number one best film of 2025. So yeah, that's my list of my top 10 best films of 2025. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have your best films of 2025 list, whatever it is, leave it in the comments. And I shall give it a read and I shall give it a like and I'll tell you what I think of it. And next video I'm going to love doing because I love to just chuck out some trash. Because my next video is going to be my top 10 worst films of 2025. There was some utter shit this year in 2025. And I cannot wait to just acknowledge them one more time, get them out of the way, put them in the furnace and just F them off. But anyway, I've been the Review Warrior. Thank you so much for watching and checking out this video. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and be sure to check here for more reviews coming soon.